Hey guys, welcome back to the Lotus SMP. We're on episode 6, and I should be streaming right now when I'm recording this. Unfortunately, there seems to be some sort of YouTube server issues, some sort of outage, at least in Europe it seems to be, going from comments I've found from Googling the issue. Tried to stream, didn't work. I thought, okay, I'll just reset my computer and stuff, and didn't fix it. And then found out, yeah, everyone's having problems. So I figure the stuff I was going to do on stream, let's just do that now. So first off, I need to get some stuff together for Obelisk, my friend who has been doing all the horse breeding. He's out of golden carrots, so I'm bringing him some golden carrots. And he told me he spent all his diamonds on books, and he's still using an unenchanted axe. So I'm going to get a couple of these. But then, while we're waiting for the villagers to reset, I've just gone to smelt some more copper, just getting stuff prepared because we're going to start doing more building soon. Hopefully we're going to start building soon on the main base. Still not quite sure what exactly I'm going to do over there this episode, but I would like to get a wool farm done because that's going to be useful going forward with a collaborative project. Then this happened as requested from Dan. Dan was giving out cookies to all the new members. And I was like, wait, do I still count as a new member? So he brought some cookies over for me. Thank you so much, Dan. When I'm sick of ice cream, I'll be eating cookies. Also, something that happened on stream the other day, Maddie announced in the Lotus Discord that she's got a limited supply of Swift Sneak books. So I just hopped online and I bought a Swift Sneak book. I've got Swift Sneak 3 now. Should be able to buy more axes now. Efficiency 5, unbreaking, mending. There we go. So if you've seen other members of the server going around on super fast horses, Obelisk is the guy who's been breeding them all. And it turns out they're all descendants of Quinto over here, including Pine. And now Samuel L. Jackson. So I don't even need to go over with my horse because he lives so nearby. He's this one over here. What's this say? Oh, Obelisk Portal. Yeah, these are all free horses. So, I think you needed more. I think I'll just toss it in here. There you go. Mailbox, done. He's also, I found out, the person who built this Hoglin farm over here, which I also need to use. We need to get some leather for said future project. The most miraculous thing of all. I've reinstalled all the mods that I've been using, and since doing so, it seems to have fixed my lag problems. I don't want to say it's fixed just yet because, I mean, having said that, I have re-enabled essentials and I am getting some stuttering. What's my RAM usage like? It's not that bad. I might just be going over a chunk border or something there. Yeah, it's been so smooth that I even turned essentials back on. And then the only other things to really update you on since last time I've done is I have actually managed to do a stream in the interim where, oh, actually I don't have any of it myself, but we went and collected loads of sand and gravel on stream with Maddie, and that's all to stock up the concrete shop. And next to the place where we were collecting gravel, there was a witch hut, so we found a black cat. Okay, so I guess I should just start on the terrain. One of the things I thought I would have to do when I fix the terrain around here for the build was get rid of this farm area. I'm going to expand it a bit because it turns out the sort of the ground floor level is above this. So as long as I light this up properly, it'll be fine and we can still use this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. In fact, that's what I'm going to do first. Well, let's just expand this farmland, make it a bit neater so we don't have this weird L-shaped thing going on. And yeah, we'll do that first. And then hopefully some more ideas will have blossomed for me on how to approach starting the base. Okay, let's get to work. Okay guys, I'm in the shopping district. Stuff's changed since the last time I was here, on camera at least. There's new books on sale. And there's a limited supply, so I'm coming in to get some. Where would they be? Upstairs, I think. Fast flight, 10 diamonds. Soul speed, okay, so I need 16 diamonds. Soul speed. And fast flight. Now, fast flight is the custom enchantment that we've got, which you can apply to Happy Ghast on their harness. And that lets us increase the speed of it to the kind of speed of the player. So it's not game breaking. It's not making horses obsolete or anything. But it's just making them a bit more usable and a bit less painful to use, because they go slower than walking speed, I think. In the meantime, between clips, I've been doing a little bit of work in my base. So as I head back to show you what I've done, here's a bit of a time lapse. It took me nearly 4 hours to do all this. It was, yeah, most of the day. So it looks absolutely terrible right now. And it's going to for a while, for a long while probably. But clearly I need to do more work with the terrain. It needs to be cut back a little bit further than this. This needs to be smoothed out. There's floating dirt platforms, which I hate, but that's where I'm at right now. 4 hours was enough time on this for one go. I did it all in one sitting, so yeah, this obviously needs to be dealt with. The varying height and kind of like protuberance from different parts of the building are going to kind of dictate how much of the terrain needs to be shaped back. Like this needs to be cut back quite substantially as well. But this is the outline, at least, of the build that's going to go here. There's a bunch of rooms and stuff inside, but they're not set in stone yet. And then there's a couple of things where I've left access underneath. This bit gives me access to the farms, which are still being used under here. And this bit is where the mud farm used to be, which I will reposition at some point. But this is just basically, I couldn't be bothered to move all the glass bottles. So they've just stayed in here for the time being. I'll move them once I rebuild the mud making machine thing. I've said multiple times now, I think, I want to build a wool farm. I've said on stream at the very least. So that's going to be the first room we're adding to the build, to the main base building. We've got, oh, of course it's raining. I'm recording, so why wouldn't it be? Yeah, I've got the first room and kind of this room as well back here. Now, this is where the power cable is going to come out through the mountain. And it will connect to the base over here. I'm not sure how kind of roleplay, I guess, I want to make this. Do I actually want to bring the cable physically all the way through the mountain? I'm kind of tempted to do that. Just for the, I don't know, the authenticity of it. So this will be some sort of power distribution room, maybe. I haven't designed that at all yet, but I've kind of got a rudimentary design done for the wool farm build room that's going to go roughly here. So we've got that, and then I need to do some more research, but I would like to move my storage room over, and I would like to build it in such a way that's prepared for when we get copper golems. That would be really cool. So I've got another stream today. Hopefully it'll work this time. Hopefully there's no problem with the YouTube servers, whatever it was that happened in Europe the other day. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to stream and we'll do all the resource grind for the wool farm. And then we'll come back and build it. And we'll do a little walkthrough. And yeah, I'll see you when I'm done with that. Okay, I should sleep. Okay guys, I'm interrupting the time-lapse because, well, if you were paying close attention, or maybe even passing attention, you may have noticed during the time-lapse none of the sheep were getting sheared while I was doing stuff. Because guess who just copied an old design but managed to miss part of it and didn't update it for while designing the building. So yeah, I forgot to do this. Which means on the other side of this room, I need to move the walls because, yeah. I need to... It would have been fine if I had just moved this side over one, and I would still have room back here to get up and down and whatever. There'd still be room to go through here. So I think what I'm going to do is leave this, like this 3 wide bit of wall here with the doorway where it is. Then I don't have to worry about the floor. But I'll move the rest of the wall out one, and then this will be kind of recessed. That might be kind of cool as well. This is a problem. This is a structural pillar, which needs to stay where it is. So I think that's just going to get, I don't know. It's going to get weird. We'll see. We'll fix it later down the line. But I realized it late, and I just had a break. So I just took like an hour break because I was so annoyed at myself. Had way too big a lunch, and now I'm going to be all drowsy while I do the rest. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, I better get back to it. Okay, fixed it, I think. It's all done. Ugly as sin, but we've done it. So, from the outside, I guess technically I'm inside here, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it looks in context, I guess, at some point. But at the moment, the only actual exterior bit is this little bit here, which I think is going to have to change. I think we'll start there. Let me just go inside. Okay, first off, I need to mute all these sheep because it's doing my head already. Right, so this is essentially going to be like a little power distribution hub. We've got the big cable on the outside, and I feel like this is, I don't know. I like that these cables physically connect here. This one goes through this room. I don't know where it's going to go onwards after that, but that's what this stone block is to signify this is where the cable is. If I need to figure out where it is from the outside of this room even. This one, I don't know. It seems to be going upstairs so far. It doesn't leave me a lot of room to do much with it. So we'll see. Maybe that's what goes in this room out here. Instead of this going up, maybe it'll go into some sort of transformer or something. And then this isn't distribution. This is just like intake. And then distribution will be out here. We'll have some like big, yeah, like a transformer or something to boost whatever. I don't know. And maybe we'll have some like big chunky batteries or something for like backup power. I don't know. Anyway, let's go in the wall farm itself. So got a little bit of extra room to work with back here. Already talked about the problem that I had, which could have been solved if I just moved everything over one when I was designing it. But yeah, standard wool farm. It's all operational now. The stuff that we need wool for going forward for a build maybe next week. I don't know when we're going to do it, but coming soon. Got the wool for that now. Need to make a load of banners. Waiting for that. Need a bit more wool for the banners. But then the room itself. Now, I'm missing a couple of items. Hold on. I always forget this because it doesn't get caught by the doesn't get caught in the schematic for some reason. I think it's because they're entities maybe. There you go. Got my typical air conditioning unit thing that I do. There we go. The ceiling is just like, it's meant to be tiles, like those crappy tiles you get in like office buildings or something cheap. And maybe it was a place where they could cut costs in this facility. Don't know what the deep slate stripe's about. Maybe this is like the ventilation shaft or whatever. Anyway, that's the ceiling. And then we've got the light covers. Really neat. I kind of struggled lighting this room. The thing that kind of saved it though, because it's still kind of dark, or it still was kind of dark on the bottom. These cables that are running through the floor. These are meant to be end rods, but don't have end rods, but I still wanted the light from here for the time being, until we've been to the end. So I just put torches in for now. So there's some inspirational artwork thing that I was looking at. I'll put it up on screen, and I'll link to the artist in the description. There's like all sci-fi stuff in the floor, and I have done something similar to this somewhere, I think in my single player world, where there's like a glass section of the floor and you can see stuff going on underneath. So I used a lodestone again as like the power socket thing. I did that on the power plant on the exterior. Then we've got the cables with the copper lightning rods. These are going to age at some point, aren't they? When that update comes out, it's going to be interesting. But then we've got the other cable thing that I did on that building. Can't remember where I saw that for the first time, but yeah, the pistons. This is like another cable set into the wall, maybe, or another pipe or something. And then we use blast furnaces again because they're kind of really metallic and industrial looking, which works for the sci-fi sort of thing. And then the glass floor makes it a bit more futuristic. I like that. Got the grates. This is one of my favorite sounds in the game. I tried this floor design with the grates instead of the glass, and it didn't work. Didn't work for me. This stuff down here was too obscured, and I feel like this is kind of what sells the vibe. So I went back to glass, and then there's just more of this, so you're more likely to walk on it now. So I like it. And then this console thing in the middle. I feel like there's like a futuristic screen type thing, console for, I don't know, maybe you're keeping logs on the upkeep of the sheep or whatever, or their wool production rates or something, I don't know. But that's what that's meant to be. A little computer device thing. Yeah, that's the first interior done. The other one that I was going to do first was the villager hall. Maybe that's another thing I should tackle, because this is not the sort of... this is like a rushed interior. This isn't made to be aesthetically pleasing. This is just... I needed to dress up the wool farms a little bit. I think this is a supremely ugly room. But I have no idea what I'm doing this week. I needed something to do. Thank God we needed some wool going forward, that I decided to get the wool farm done. There's friends outside. Hopefully there's no green friends. Oh, there's a green friend. Anyway, I think I'm done for this episode. Next week, hopefully there's going to be a bunch of exciting stuff happening, and we won't have to worry about how ugly a build is that next time. So it also means I foresee there being spoilers in next week's streams, but they are, I guess, unavoidable. It all will make sense. Maybe Sunday, if I'm streaming on Sunday. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you wouldn't mind helping me out, please hit like on the video. And if you want to follow my journey here, please hit subscribe. And don't forget to check the description box for everyone else linked on the server. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.